I began in 1981, and it was kind of a humble beginning. I was living in an ashram, and some monks asked me to cook for them, and I had no idea what I was doing. So I made them suffer for as long as I was there. I got better eventually. Because it's a wonderful communal endeavor. There's all levels, all hierarchies, all backgrounds, all nationalities, all genders. They all come and have a great time, and we provide them with a satisfying meal because we are pretty generous as far as abundance, and the quality is good. It's pretty high. It's mostly organic and cooked with care and hygiene and devotion. And also, it's actually good for the soul, as we are not just regular cooks. We actually practice bhakti yoga, where even cooking is a part of yoga, and you offer your food to God with love and devotion. And you should be aware of that this is not ordinary food, and people feel that way. Well, in the beginning there were less people, but not for long. Immediately, word of mouth, people immediately knew that we were here, and they started coming in large quantities. And I don't know about evolution. There's a lot of people who are dependent on us. And also we have quite a few volunteers that come and look forward to work with us. And so that's the difference. And now we have a list of people. We have to turn people away and say, I'm sorry, we don't have anything for you to do. Started in February of 2010. I used to do a similar program at UCSB, and one of the people that used to come for lunch was teaching law and society in Santa Barbara, and he lived in LA, and eventually he became the Dean of Religious Life at USC, Dean Varun Soni, and he called me. He said, please come over, we'll work something out for you. Dean Soni asked me to do it, and I thought, well, LA, I never had great regards for Los Angeles. I even thought that if my funeral took place in LA, I wouldn't show up. That's how I felt about LA. But somehow or other, Providence had different plans for me. We travel once a week to come and go back. We stay at a friend's house for 3 nights a week in LA. We have humorous exchanges with the customers, and somehow or other, in my incipient old age, my memory got better, so I remember most of the faces and remember lots of the names. So it's a very personal exchange, and I think people who come for lunch appreciate that they are not just summarily put through a line and give them some food and then eat and go away. It's a very personal exchange. A lot of horrible things are happening to the world, and a lot of the violence can be traced to the violence that we put out, particularly when it comes to defenseless, harmless animals that we decide to control and kill just for the sake of our tongue. So we are actually trying to change that mentality that it's not necessary to be violent in order to nourish yourself. So if we can get that message across, that will be a very good step, much larger step that many other larger organizations have done. If people stop violence at home, then violence will stop everywhere else as well. Being able to gather such a variegated cultural diversity of people and how appreciative they are, and we put a lot of love in the food and they can taste that. So I do get a lot out of that. I try to think of the pleasure of God, and I'm trying to do my service humbly and to please God and to please others with my endeavor. I know it's a very humble step, but hopefully things will be put into place.